Very good morning. Welcome on GRF Web TV broadcast, à cœur ouvert. So I will ask my friends from watching from India and elsewhere, please bear with me. I'm going to switch back to English in a few minutes. So let me welcome the traditional way I used to every week. Donc, bienvenue sur GRF Web TV, émission à cœur ouvert, Rama et Ersapah au micro, avec mes invités aujourd'hui. Aujourd'hui, c'est un thème qui est vraiment très riche, dont on va parler ensemble avec nos invités. So we'll switch back to English rapidly. So we are having in the studio this morning several guests. We have our friends from India, and right now it's 10:13 Mauritian time, and noon in India. So we have to discuss for the topic today the latest technology to empower amputees, a GRF and LDAMS Orthotic Center collaboration. So, as guests, we have Dr. Shanmugam, with Senior Prothetist and Orthotist. Welcome, Dr. Shanmugam.
Thank you.
Okay, from Chennai, India, am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so also from Chennai, India, Mr. Kumaraswami Shanmugam, with the Marketing Manager of LDAMS Orthotic Center. Welcome, Kumar.
Good morning.
Very good morning. And on my left, I have Mr. Kannen Lutchmoodoo, with the GM, General Manager of Global Rainbow Foundation Mauritius. Welcome, Kannen.
Everybody.
And also our dear Dr. Divla Autar, with the GP, General Practitioner of GRF Mauritius. Okay.
Good morning, everyone.
Okay. So, Professor Shanmugam Pasuraman, right now he's in his studio elsewhere, and he will join us maybe later to join us for the broadcast. Okay, so gentlemen, ladies, wonderful, nice to have you today, and our topic is latest technology to empower amputees. So my very first question, why latest technology? So who is going to answer the question?
No, I will.
Please.
Mauritius வாழ் தமிழ் சொந்தங்களுக்கும் என் சகோதர சகோதரிகளுக்கும் என் பணிவான வணக்கங்கள். Thank you very much for having been given this opportunity for Mr. Shanmugam Parashuraman and his team and exclusive for the GRF. GRF has given me a wonderful opportunity to meet people of Mauritius through this web TV. I am delighted, and I would like to continue my service not only in India but also in Mauritius for the people of disabled, for their empowerment. That is what ultimate motto. And for your question, what is your question? That is one.
Sorry?
Question again. Can you repeat the questions?
So my question is, why do we mention latest technology?
Latest technology.
Why latest?
Yes. Before I'm telling about the latest technology, one should understand what is existing technology.
Yeah.
Not only in India but in other Asian countries, and I have gone through the GRF Foundation Artificial Limb Center, and what is existing technology I understand thoroughly, but the latest technologies now it is very essential.
Okay, so sorry, meaning that we have new technologies which
Yes.
we're going to elaborate in a few minutes. My
Yes,
first question
yes,
was to
yes,
know whether
yes.
we have something new which
Yes.
is different from the one which you already have.
Yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
so let's put the first question to Dr. Divla. Dr. Divla, well, how is the situation actually in Mauritius regarding amputees?
So, in Mauritius, currently, our situation is very alarming. We have around 500 amputation per year, which is a huge cost for the government, and also it is a big impact on the family members and also for the patient also, which is very difficult for them to accept that they have lose one limb. And I must say
Are you referring to the upper or lower limb?
Both
combined.
Any limb.
Combined.
Okay.
Okay.
So in Mauritius, we can see that 80% of the amputation occurs by diabetes, and the rest 10% may be from peripheral arterial disease, or it can be from accident. Okay, so but mostly they are from diabetes, which can be preventable if treated properly. And we can see that mainly male patients are amputated.
Okay, can you share some other figures, additional figures, Kannen?
Here in GRF, normally we are providing prosthesis to about 200 to 250 amputees, both upper and lower limbs.
Yearly, on a yearly basis?
On a yearly basis.
So meaning what Dr. Divla just mentioned, the 500, GRF is providing almost more than half.
More than half to it. And like she said, 70% is male and 30% approximately is female.
Yeah.
And
can we have, for example, the last year's figures? How many people have we been providing prosthesis?
For 2022, it was 272 prosthesis provided. Some of them was double amputation, like 2 limbs amputated.
Wow.
And mostly male.
And how old is your youngest amputee?
For the time being, it's an 8-month baby.
8 months?
8 months.
Baby?
Yeah. We did it in December 2022. Earlier, it was a small boy from Cecil.
The little Brandon, if I still recall.
Brandon.
Because we have his story in our I Rise book.
Yeah, he has been coming to Mauritius each year for his new prosthesis.
Regularly.
But now we are doing it for the 8-month baby.
And the 8-month baby is local, someone from Mauritius?
Yeah, he's from Mauritius.
Okay, a baby boy.
Baby boy.
Okay. Kumar, so having been listening to all these figures, how are figures in India, just for our viewers to have an idea?
Say, the overall India, it is about 3% of the people are amputees. So 3% of the entire population is huge.
3% of the population?
Population, yes.
Wow.
So
frightening.
Yeah. So it comprises of every, it is not only in amputees, all physically challenged people are catering to 3% of the population. So I mean, it is alarming. So when you see my dad when he was studying prosthesis, so P&O during the session, there was no diabetic patients with amputees. There was only amputees with trauma.
Yeah.
By road accidents or industrial accidents. Now, and what we get is every day we get about 3 to 4 people walking in our clinic for amputees with who have lost their limbs in diabetes. And
you mean the consequences of diabetes, just as Dr. Divla mentioned?
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. So not only that, we are getting also foods. The cost of diabetes for footwear clinics. There is about 40 to 45 patients walking in every week. So that is, I mean, in a month, if you scatter, it is around 200 patients who walk in only for diabetes footwear. So and the same patients. They're not maintaining properly. Their foot care is very low. So because of this proper education which has been given to them, because of that, the subsequent 6 months they are getting amputated for their limbs. So that is the alarming situations on diabetes in India also.
In India also.
Yeah.
Okay. When you're talking about India, are you referring to particular part of India or for the whole of India?
Whole of India. That is whole of India is like 3% of the entire population. Whole of India is completely with PWDs.
Okay, let's come back to Dr. Shanmugam. You have a very nice shirt written LDAMS. Can you just tell us what's LDAMS about? What's the origin of this name?
No, it started in the year 1985 in Terampet, that is in Chennai. That is nearby, that is one main road is called LDAMS Road.
Okay.
So we named after LDAMS.
Okay. It has nothing to do with your name or the family name.
No,
it's just the road there is LDAM.
Yes.
So you've named your organization LDAM following that. Yeah, please.
So since 1972, 5 decades, I'm practicing as a prosthetist.
5 decades?
Yeah, 5 decades.
Wow. Lots of experience there.
Yes, prosthetist, orthotist. As you said that when I did my course, my professor wanted to present a case with a diabetic amputee. But I searched, I could not get. Even I paid 200 rupees for attender to get a patient. He humbly returned the money and he said, sorry sir, I could not get an amputee due to diabetes. That was the scenario in 1975. And he said that nowadays a lot of patients are coming. Most cases are diabetes. But
so at that time,
yes.
things were completely different.
Yes,
It was very difficult to
Yes.
lay hand on someone,
Yes.
a amputee following diabetes
Yes,
at that time.
Yes, that time, yes.
And today it's totally different, as Dr. Divla just mentioned.
Totally different, maybe due to food habits. Now diabetes is very, very alarming. Second thing is food care is very important. So 100% diabetic amputees can be prevented. 100%.
Yeah, Dr. Divla mentioned that. I believe she's going to elaborate a little bit more
100%
later.
we can prevent the diabetic amputees, provided if you yearly detection and food care. If people tendency, that foot is one of the neglected organ in our body. The foot is one of the neglected organ body. Suppose if upper limb, if the hand is like that, immediately the patient runs to hand surgeon and says, sir, my hand is like this.
Yeah.
What to do, how to get the treatment. But unless there is foot, he himself cry, the foot has to cry, I have the bad sore, then only that gentleman goes to a doctor. So totally foot is the neglected
And most
organ.
of the time it's a little bit too late.
Yes, too late. And diabetic patients, that is the sensation is diminished. So diabetic patients, once a bleeding comes, then only will say, I have some ulcer. So yearly they will not come. They will say after.
Okay, let me come back to Dr. Divla. Dr. Divla, do you have the same picture as Dr. Shanmugam mentioned? That is, this is really what's happening because people are having amputee because of poor hygiene?
Yes, that's true. I completely agree with Dr. Shanmugam. It's true that some people, they don't know they have diabetes. They don't take care of their feet. Just when they got the ulcer, as he mentioned, when they got the foot ulcer or the injury, then they realize that when they get admitted in the hospital and that injury is not, that wound is not being cured, then they realize that they are diabetic and their blood circulation has already been compromised.
At that stage, there's no healing.
Yeah, no healing. It is a very late stage that they came to know that. And I think that foot care is very important. People should look at their feet the same way they look at their face. It should be as important.
That's a very nice way of mentioning that. Can you please repeat that?
People should look at their feet the way they take care of their face.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very important.
Unfortunately, it's not the case.
Yeah, it's not the case. But we do have lots of ladies who do pedicure very regularly and they take care of their feet. But it's not the case with male patients.
Okay.
They don't take care of their feet as much.
You mean people don't spend so much time in front of their mirror looking at their feet, but more at their faces?
Yes, that's
Unfortunately,
true.
And the consequences is what Dr. Shanmugam, please. Can you continue, please?
Yes, regarding this foot care, if the ulcer develops, so the orthotist role is very, very important. They have to offload the weight. Then only the ulcer will get into heal. The granulation will take place. Once if you put the load on that ulcer, it will break the granulation, so it will not heal. So the orthotist is very, very important. They will design a footwear where there is offload the weight. Suppose if the ulcer is on the metatarsal level, then he has to transfer the weight to the heel area. Suppose if the ulcer is on the heel area, he has to transfer the weight on the metatarsal area. Like that, he has to transfer the body weight to heal the ulcers. Once if we have a biomechanical...
Which is not something easy to do.
No, it is very easy. Only thing that we have to educate. We have to educate. So orthotists play a very vital role on managing the foot care. Once if we have the biomechanical principle, then you can easily shift the weight from anterior to lateral or lateral to medial or medial to lateral, like that. Most patients we have seen that there will be a arch will be flattened, flat foot. So diabetes with a flat foot, what will happen? No, the foot will be pronated. So more weight comes on the medial side. So there is a lot of chance for developing ulcers. There should be uniform weight.
What is the percentage of success when you give such education to people to look after their feet?
No, 100%. 100%.
Okay.
You can cure the ulcer fantastically.
Even if someone has diabetes?
Yes, I am talking about only diabetes.
Okay.
Diabetic, the foot ulcer can be curable, provided if you give a proper non-weight bearing footwear.
But is it the case, is it not happening that doctors are more going for surgery, amputee, instead of going for that long procedure of looking for how to care for that?
No, amputation is a last decision. When all the modalities are failed, then only finally, in order to save the life, they do the amputation. Amputation is not the priority at all. No doctor wants to do the amputation. So they will try. There is a soft tissues, the healing. Then all the modality they will try. If the ulcer is there, they will do the graft nicely to heal the ulcers. Main thing is we have to educate the patient, even post-operative, or if there is an ulcer, how to manage it. That's very important. See, our traditions, barefoot walking. Indian culture, they go, if they go for a temple, they will remove the footwear, they go for barefoot walking. What will happen when they walk? Immediately that ulcer will be aggravated.
Yeah.
So healing. So you have to avoid the barefoot walking, not only in outside and inside also. So the tradition-wise, whatever we say, people will remove the footwear, they go for barefoot walking. After that, they will come for bleedings. So these things, we have to. So main thing that we have to educate. For that, counseling is very important. When the patient is coming, immediately you have to remove the dressing, do the dressing. It will not come. So ask the patient to sit, to do the counseling.
Dr. Divla, how do you proceed here at GRF?
I completely agree with Dr. Shanmugam. So here, sometimes we get patients who come at a very late stage when the problem has come out of control. So at that time, we have to ask the patient to go to hospital to get the limb amputated before it travels to other parts, So this is important to know that doctors don't directly amputate the limb when it has become last stage. But what happened here in Mauritius is the patient themselves, they don't know. They come to us when it has already been 2-3 weeks.
Meaning that patients, they put the blame on the doctors and mention that doctors have gone for amputee immediately, but they don't realize that it is their fault because they have been going to the doctor after so long.
Yeah, I have patients who, for example, if they get an injury, they won't even go to take an antibiotics, go to do some treatment, some aseptic type of dressings. They won't do all this thing. After 2-3 weeks, when it has not healed, then they will come to see the doctor. But what happens is the injury is seen on the upside. But inside, we have some tissues, some muscles, which have already damaged in these 2-3 weeks. So then we have it already gone, so we have to do the amputation.
Okay, let's come back to Kumar.
Yeah.
Okay, Kumar, tell us, what is your mission exactly here in Mauritius?
So we are trying to build up, as an LDAMS Orthotic Center, we have, from 1985, we have been attached with in a central government projects. So there's an organization called 𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐴. So we have been doing projects. We are an authorized manufacturing agency for 𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐿𝐴𝐴. In the course of time, we have fitted around not less than 6,000 patients in almost in a decade. So that is the
Can you repeat the figures?
It's around 6,000 amputees we have fitted with artificial limbs and other orthotic and prosthetic equipments we have fitted. So that is the amount of experience we have in the field of orthosis and process.
When you say you have, your team consists of how many people?
So we have about 13 technical qualified P&O technicians in our center.
Yeah.
And we also have technicians who have been doing their services in Southern Railway, which is an Indian government organization.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a huge technical team. We have also have a non-technical team also, so to assist these technical people.
Okay, Kannen, can you just share with our viewers, local and those watching from abroad, what are we doing actually at Global Rainbow Foundation for people in this particular department?
For the time being, we have 4 technicians working with us, manufacturing prosthetic and orthotist. Earlier, we were using the BMVSS technologies, which is Jaipur foot. And we, since last year, August last year, we have started using Kalyan prosthesis and orthotics.
Mm-hmm.
And now we have signed an MOU with LDAMS for footwear and to advance this the prosthesis we were doing.
So regarding the title of our theme, we are moving towards latest technology.
Yes.
Is there a difference between what we were doing before, and right now the newest one?
The latest one is more advanced in terms of electronic sport, like Mayu prosthesis.
We're going to have a demonstration in a
Yes,
few minutes?
yes,
Okay, good.
And different types of knees, like standard knee was metal bars, and now it has advanced to more hydraulic and different kinds.
Excellent. So, yes, Dr. Shanmugam, very often when we mention amputee, we refer to the before the knee upper part or down. What's the difference?
Most patients we get is below the knee. Suppose if there is a 10 patient, means we get to 7 patients. 70% below the knee and 30% above the knee.
Mm-hmm.
That is main cause. I already told you, main cause is only diabetes now.
Mm-hmm.
And second is cancer. And third is road traffic accident. And fourth is...
Sorry, you mean a road traffic accident come in the third place?
No, second.
Second.
Mm-hmm. Third is cancer. And fourth is this burns patient. Electrical burns we get.
Or sometimes people, burns patient,
Yes.
they have to go for amputation also.
Yes, electrical burns, exclusive electrical burns, go for amputations like unilateral, bilateral amputations.
Mm-hmm.
And then fifth is railway track accidents. So these are all the main causes of amputations we are getting.
Mm-hmm.
So
and for you, for the manufacturing of the prosthesis, is it a huge difference when it is below the knee or above the knee?
No, the process time is simple now. So because of the latest technology, the process time is very simple. So if the process time for manufacturing a lower limb will take another days to manufacture on the upper limb, because say when we talk about the prosthesis, we are categorizing into 4 parts. One is the socket.
Okay.
Second is for an upper limb, for the above the knee, we have a knee joint which has been placed.
Mm-hmm.
Third thing is the pylon which has been attached.
Mm-hmm.
And fourth one is the foot.
Okay.
So these are the components for an above knee.
Mm-hmm.
So for the below knee, just a socket, pylon and the foot.
Mm-hmm. Is it easier for the patient to adapt himself when it is below the knee?
It's easy for him because he already has the knee joint. So
Okay.
there's no additional gait training for him to walk.
Mm-hmm.
So if it is a below the knee patients, it also depends upon the patient mindset again.
Yeah.
So if he's willing
Physical
to
condition also, I mean.
no,
I
physical
guess.
condition, yes. First on this the physical stump condition. So how far is the stump? Is a good stump? What is an ideal stump is?
Please. What is a stump?
Stump is nothing but when he's amputated, the amputees, the lower limb of the stump should be in good condition.
Mm-hmm.
So if it is a bony stump, if it is a floppy stump, or if it is a bulky stump, it is very difficult for him to walk. So you'll have this pain points, pressure points.
Yeah.
So first we have to identify what is the ideal stump, and we have to condition the stump. Then only we can fit the artificial limb.
Do you carry some particular test to be able to identify it?
No, first is a physical test, and second is the muscle power of the stump. So we identify first physical structure of the stump. So is there any bony prominent structure. So if there is a bony prominent structure, we have to do modification based on that. We have to give a soft.
You mean you have to customize it?
Everything is customized. It's no ready-made product for a lower limb. Everything is customized. We have to take
for every single patient. It's a particular one. Adapted.
Absolutely right. We have to customize every limb. It depends upon the patient requirement. So I mean, it is not like ready-made shoes. We just fit
it's not on the shelf.
No, nothing
available.
Like that. Nothing like that.
Okay.
Every patient we have to give a special care, take a proper socket, and then we have to modify that.
I guess here Dr. Divla will talk about the RTC, Rehabilitation and Treatment Center.
Okay, so for us when we examine a patient, like you said, the stem, we have to examine the stem, which is one important thing. The stem has to be firm. The power, the strength has to be 4 and above. Okay, we have a rating of the power. So, and the patient should be able to walk with a walking frame. Okay, this is important because we have lots of patients who after amputation, they either are bedridden or they are wheelchair bound. They gain weight, they gain lots of weight. They are not able to even mobilize by themselves. So it is very difficult for them to be able to mobilize with a prosthesis. So that's why we have to work on that. And also when someone is amputated, that on that limb, the muscle has not been used for weeks, for months, so that muscles has become atrophy. So it has become weak.
So there's a weakening of that part of the body.
Yeah, that muscle has become very weak. So they have to do physiotherapy sessions. Then which the therapist will train them, as if the muscles will gain some power.
And how long does it take?
It depends from patient to patient. Yeah, it depends on the mental strength of the patient and also the physical strength, because some people, when they got amputated, they think, okay, this is the end of the world for them. They will stay in the wheelchair, they will stay on bed, they won't do anything, they think that. But
definitely someone is morally down after, let's say, for example, a fire burst, as you mentioned, Dr. Shanmugam.
Yes.
After a fire burst or after an accident, road accident.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Which is sometimes, because someone with diabetes, it is something like a long process. But an accident happening overnight, I think sometimes it's very much more difficult, isn't it?
Yes.
So I just like to highlight here, say it is one thing on the family motivation is very important. So there is a patient called Lakshmi. She was an amputee, below knee amputee. We tried to fit her with a prosthetic limb, but there is no cooperation from the patient. Second thing, the patient family started feeding her. There were about 2-3 maids to support her. So the patient got into a comfortable mode. So it is not only the responsibility of the patient, it is a responsibility for the family too. So the family members should encourage the patient
So in this particular case, the family has been overcaring,
yeah.
Okay, which is also a very bad thing.
Yes, absolutely right.
And that particular patient doesn't have enough willingness.
Yes, absolutely right.
To on herself try to do something better.
Correct, absolutely right.
Okay.
So that is one thing is very important. See, the moral support from the family is very important, and the moral support from the patient is also very important.
Dr. Shanmugam, do you gather the family when such thing happen? How do you proceed before going for, let's say, for the amputation?
When the patient comes, naturally all the family members will come to the clinic. Some 3 or 4 people, they will come. Not only the
so
patient
in India,
alone.
it's all like in Mauritius, the same then, same culture.
Everybody patient alone will not come.
Okay.
If the patient comes along with the 4 or 5 people, the family people will come. So immediately we start counseling the family people. So this is what has happened, and this is what is available. So our aim is restore them back to the society as a normal member, and he will not be burdened not only to the family, not only to the nation. So he will never be a burden. So the early limb fitting is very, very ideal. The greatest advantage of giving early limb fitting is only ambulations. And second, put him back to the work, normal work. So financially they are restoration. Okay. And third thing, he will gain confidence. And fourth thing, he feels that he is not burden to the society. And fifth, he is a useful member to the society. So these are all a lot of advantages. So
at this stage, we can again use the word empowerment.
Yes, empowerment is very, very important. To empower this, we need modern technology, because all the patients, what they say, sir, this limb is very heavy, so we don't use it like that. So we have to see the function, as well as we have to see what is available latest material. Here the latest materials are playing a big role. I think so today morning I have seen the child Bandhan, no, his name, small child from 15 to 5 years. Brandon. So that child came to the clinic by 15 months old. They have fitted artificial limbs every year. Okay, that is fine, very fine. But if it is a modern technology, the modern technology gives no need of changing the limb for every year.
So you mean you don't have to go...
No, we need not change the limb.
This is what I'm asking.
Yes, we need not change the limb. But only thing, what is the child grows, we can adjust the pylon, we can increase the pylon.
And so instead of starting from scratch each and every time,
yes,
this is the huge difference.
Yes.
Please elaborate. This is a very interesting part of the debate. Yeah.
And see, every time the patient has to come and give a measurement and stay here for few days for fabrication of
and that particular kid, he's not from Mauritius. He's from another Seychelles island, which is not nearby.
So what we can do, if it's a modular limb, if the child grows, we have to change the height, change the pylon. How much time it will take? More than half an hour. Maximum half an hour we can change immediately. We send them back to the home. And if the foot grows, we can remove the foot, fix the foot. Maximum half an hour to 1 hour job only. They need not change the entire limb. But like that, similarly, if this socket becomes tight, then you remove the socket component alone. You fabricate the socket. Take the measurement in the morning. Within 4 to 5 hours, we can fabricate a new socket, fit them, send them back.
Do we have such facilities here, Kannen? With the BMVSS technologies, it was not available. But with the Kalyan one, it comes like Kumara has told, in 4 different or 3 different pieces. With this one, we can.
So you mean that next time Brandon will be here, he's going to be fitted with a newest one?
Yes.
With a newest one.
Yes.
Okay.
So that way the new technology is helpful to the patient. See, one thing, we are saving the time. And up and down travel time.
Yeah.
And so money. So everything, if you calculate that time, money, everything, the new technology is very, very helpful. That's what. But our motto is, this new technology should reach poorest to the poor. Now, one section of people are enjoying this new technology. In India also, there is multinational companies. So many multinational companies are open their shops in India, but that goes to that service goes to only the top level people only. But GRF aim of GRF is not only to the top level. What is enjoying the top level people should enjoy in the poorest to poor. That's what our AP is repeatedly telling. Sorry, Armugam Parasuraman sir is repeatedly telling.
Yeah, our mission and vision will be to provide the poorest.
That is very important. That's what is available new technology should reach to the poorest to poor. Okay, so...
but is it a free service, since we're talking about that? Is it a free service? How do people get access to all this technology?
That's what the NGOs are working for that only. Even in scenario in India also, totally it is changed. Even for all the NGOs, they follow only new technologies only.
To highlight here, there's a government organization called Alimco. They used to give the Red Cross components, so IRCS components, which are very old technology. Now they have moved into a high-tech processes where I said the 4-part limb structure has been enveloped here. So they have collaborated with a multinational company to produce a product. So that product has been given to the poorest of the poor. So not only the people with HNIs are enjoying that technology, but a poor patient from rural districts in Tamil Nadu, a rural district in any south part of India, or any part of India, they are enjoying the same benefit. What the current technology which has been available are with the people of the part. So that is the technology which has been there in India. And second thing, since the people with barefoot walking, this also adopts them to move into whatever their for example, a farmer who has lost his limb, he can again go to the farming for
after how long?
And after his amputees, after his training, so he started going to farming. So that is it does not stop there.
It doesn't disrupt his normal life.
Yes, it doesn't disturb his normal life. I mean, it starts creating a socio-economic balance to the society. So that is the major motto where the government of India is also working on it. So since we are being associated with that project, so we are just empowering people with rural development to that.
Okay. Coming back to your organization, on your page, I've just visited that. It's written products, manufacturing and supplying of rehabilitation equipments. Can you please elaborate a little bit about that?
Yes,
Dr. Shanmugam.
Yeah, rehabilitation equipments. Basically, we have those days the polios are more. Anterior poliomyelitis. So because of that, there is a flaccid paralysis. So we fabricated calipers. Calipers are supportive. It's orthosis. It's a supportive for the lower limb segment, and we will make them to walk in here. We are normal. So the calipers we have fabricated.
Oh, you're the pioneers in this field?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I did my course in 1972-75. Those days, our hospital is only having artificial limb center entire India, civil service. Because at the 1947, there was only one artificial limb center in Pune. That is Army Artificial Limb Center. So they give priority only for the army people. So the civilian has to register. They have to wait for 2 to 3 years to get their limb.
2 to 3 years?
Yes.
It was only soldiers?
Yes, I'm talking about 1947 to like that.
Wow.
So then my professor M. Nadarajan, he is the father of orthopedic surgeon. He decided to start an artificial limb center in Government General Hospital. So maybe that will be the first civilian center in South India, and they have started an exclusive course for this fabrication of artificial limbs called Prosthetics and Orthotics in 1972-75. So I did my first batch in 1972-75. After the subsequently in National Institute Bhubaneswar, I did my graduations. So those days, a lot of challenges for fabrication of artificial limbs. The one thing is the components. Now these people are very lucky; they get ready-made components. Whatever they want immediately, they get ready-made component. Only for their work is assembling according to the measurements patients need. But those days we have to fabricate the components.
So you yourself, you have to fabricate the components.
We get only raw material.
Then
yes, we get only raw material. For below amputee, we get raw material. What raw material? Wood. Willow wood we get. Willow wood and leather, and that is only.
That was during the great days, isn't it?
Yes. So if you go to store, they will give you only wood. So in the wood, we have to carve for the socket. So here I mentioned the willow wood. Willow wood because the cricket bats are manufactured by willow wood. Why
We've heard about cricket, yeah.
Yes. Why other woods are not fit?
So
Willow wood, it has a cross grain. Because woods are having longitudinal grain, and willow wood not only longitudinal grain, it has cross grain, so it will absorb the shock. That's why all the cricket bats are manufactured only by the willow woods. So like that, those days we get willow woods from Kashmir.
Kashmir?
Yes, from Kashmir we get willow wood, and seasoning we do the artificial limbs by the wood. Then subsequently the science and technology helped us helped a lot. They gave the materials like polyester resin. Polyester resin is the best material. Those days we use polyester resin for the fabrication of the socket. It is a thermosetting material. So we have to add catalyst and oscillator Originally, polystyrene is a liquid stage, so we have to convert liquid to solid. For that, we have to add a catalyst or accelerator. Then it will become a solid. But first, socket needs reinforcement. Here, I told you that willow wood has a natural reinforcement. What is natural reinforcement? The grinds. Longitudinal grains and cross grains are the natural reinforcement, because the wood will not get into crack, the socket will not get into crack because of that grain is the
previously we had such problems, such issues.
Yes.
Okay.
So socket will mainly a patient will complain of breaking of the socket. So those days wood they never break because of the natural reinforcement. Here when you substitute for the chemicals, we need reinforcement. What reinforced previously we did Strognet cloth. Strognet cloth are the reinforcement. That also breaks. Then we got shifted to the glass fiber.
Even glass fibers were being used?
Yes, glass fiber. The glass fiber is polystyrene is given by the R&D department. Then glass wool. The glass wool they have supplied from IIT. Then we tried with the glass wool. Glass wool also sometimes break. Then they have changed into glass fiberglass mat. Then they have now they changed into carbon fiber. You see from where to where. Now we are using carbon fiber. So
and all this happening in for a lapse of how many years?
5 decades.
5 decades. All these changes
have
happened
for 3 to 4 decades.
Yeah.
Because carbon fiber you are using for 2 decades. So 3 to 4 decades. The science and technology people, they helped a lot. They gave materials. So subsequently they do R&D. They give now it is a carbon fiber is the best material. It is strong and lightweight. Is carbon fiber. Similarly, if you go to the components wise, we use mild steel. Those days mild steel we have used. Patient complaint heavy. Steel is
definitely.
Yeah, steel is heavy. Then we switched over to aluminum. Aluminum lightweight,
which is lighter.
Lighter, but it gets into break.
Even that?
Yeah, even that gets easily break. Now it is titanium. Titanium is ideal material.
Which is very expensive.
Expensive, but long duration, long run. If you think about long run, it is an ideal material. Titanium is the lightest.
The one which we are using right now is titanium?
Yeah, we use stainless steel and titanium. Both we use.
Okay.
So stainless steel also is durability. Titanium
do we use an alloy or the pure titanium?
Alloy. Everything is alloy. If it's a gold, if you add copper, then it becomes strong.
Yeah.
So like that, all the material, if the pure material doesn't have any strength, it has to be alloyed. Even aluminum also.
I'm using my chemistry knowledge right now to put the question. Yes, Dr. Divla, I'm sure you have a question regarding.
Yeah, we have lots of patients who say that the prosthesis is heavy. It's they cannot use it, or sometimes they come very late where the muscles is already very flaccid, very very floppy, and there's a bone which is protruding. So when they put the prosthesis, there is contact pressure with bone and the prosthesis, which can cause further injury. So this is one of the problem.
Injury and discomfort also.
Yes, discomfort also. So second is the weight of the prosthesis, which might be heavy for some patients, and especially for those who are amputated bilateral limbs, they find it more difficult. If the patient is young, it's okay, but for an elderly patient, especially over 80, it's very difficult for them for the rehabilitation to walk with an artificial limb. And we also have patients who has some other disease like stroke, paralysis of the other limb, and the amputated limb is normal, so they want to walk, so they cannot do it. So this is the problem that we have. Or even we have some patients who have been doing dialysis, who has an AVF shunt, so they cannot put pressure while walking with a walking frame. So what are the advice?
For these patients, we have to select the components. Component selection is very important. That is within the domestic level and outside the domestic and sports activities. Like that, there are components.
As we mentioned earlier, we don't have the one-size-fits-all formula.
Yes, yes.
We don't
yes,
have this.
Yes.
Each and every single case
Yes, yes.
should be
Yes.
looked into, analyzed,
yes, yes.
and then you suggest
Yes.
what will be the ideal solution.
Yeah, we have to assess the patient, what are the functions
The
they are
assessment,
needed.
yeah.
What are the functions are they need? The doctor said that one patient is one side amputee, another side hemiplegia, so their mobility is very much limited. So
Okay,
what they
I'm
need,
sorry to interrupt, because I've got one question which I'm sure will crop up at a later stage. Can you look after the patient using the how you call that? Telemedicine.
Telemedicine.
Can you do that? I
Yes.
mean, the patient is not there in Chennai with you, and they are with Dr. Divla here. Can this be done?
absolutely.
Please elaborate.
Yes,
I'm sure many people
Yes,
will
yes,
be
some-
interested with that.
Yes, the patients are unable to take proper decisions. We can have a telemedicine. So if doctor says what are the history, and if there is get chance to directly we can innervate, we can suggest what type of limbs to be provided like that. So we can give suggestions. Okay, that is possible.
This is
Telemedicine.
possible, and it is
Absolutely possible.
something, absolutely possible. Not
Yes,
not
yes.
something which you can
Yes, yes.
look into, consider, but it's something which for you it's normal.
Yes.
Are you already doing that with some other countries or people from other parts of India?
No.
Not yet.
No, not yet.
So it
but,
will be.
But we do in the rural area. People they will talk to the WhatsApp call.
WhatsApp
video.
call, okay, yeah, video.
Video.
WhatsApp
They
call.
show the stump. They show the condition.
Yeah, it's some sort of telemedicine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Through WhatsApp video, we advise the patients. They will show the stump conditions. So stump is the remaining part of the segment after surgical removal. After surgical removal, what is remaining part? That part is a stump. They will tell that they will be in about 400, 500 meters away from Chennai. So we will ask them, you show the stump by the WhatsApp video. They will show it. If the stump condition is good, then we'll ask the patient to ship to Chennai. Or we will tell them, we will advise them. So these are modalities you have to follow. Suppose if there is an ulcer, we tell them you take some more time, completely heal the ulcer. Suppose if there is a stump is edema means swelling, we will tell them do the dressings by the crepe bandage. Once the stump is edema subside, after that we can. So like that always we don't.
There's a regular communication.
A regular communication. We immediately we won't ask the patient to come. We will see the patient condition, then we'll ask them to shift, because shifting of the patient is very difficult. Because patient plus 2 attendants, they have to hire a vehicle, they have to come from Chennai and go, and all the 3 people's labor charge will be get into loss. They lost the labor charge. They don't go for work for 2 to 3 days. So here there is loss of labor charge.
You can use the job.
So everything, economy, we have to calculate everything, not only the patients. We have to see the labor charge also.
So many different things which are related to,
Yes.
which can disturb the whole.
Yes.
Okay. Kannen, do we have a list of people on waiting list here?
Normally, each week we get approximately 5 patients coming to GRF for a process.
I'm shocked. Every week in this small island, 5 people visiting GRF for a prosthesis.
Yes, and for the time being, with BMVSS technologies, we have given approximately 2,500 limbs, and 6,000 for India is quite a bit low. And with the new technologies of Kalyan, we have given 50 till now. Following the training, we have given 50.
Okay, we promised just to give some break a little bit. Then we are going to continue, of course, with a nice, wonderful, amazing piece of conversation. Can we have that demonstration?
So
I guess Dr. Divla will be very keen to know how you're going to proceed, and you can use her as
so
guinea pig.
What is the conventional process like, for for a below limb? So below limb is below elbow. What happens is you have a cosmetic.
Okay, once again, we're just going to ask the technical side whether everything is fine for the. Okay, can we proceed here? Because we want the best picture so that people can watch it. Can you just please? can you focus upon the demonstration? If you need to move the camera, please. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to, in the meantime, let me put you some question, because in the meantime, they're going to adjust all the cameras so that we get the best picture for people to see really what's happening, okay? Yeah, please.
So, on the conventional product, so what we had is the below elbow, which is a cosmetic, which doesn't have any function to it. So, just a cosmetic hand, which has been fitted to for the below elbow patients. It doesn't have any function to it. This is just a cosmetic purpose. He can fix it with, to be among the society. He can be working on it. It doesn't have any function to it.
Yeah.
Second thing is there is a mechanical hand which came into picture where.
So let's come back to the first scenario.
Yeah.
So, there's an amputee. You just fit in, and it looks like without any real function.
Yes.
Just for the sake of looking nice.
Yes, absolutely.
Having a hand.
Yes, absolutely.
And you can even put a nail varnish.
Yeah, everything can do it. Yeah. So everything is just this is the cosmetic hand which doesn't have any function.
Okay.
Just a normal hand for a cosmetic look. He can wear it.
Yeah.
Or he or she can wear it.
And you can even put bangles.
Everything. You can watch. You can put a watch. It looks similar to your normal hand. So that is the cosmetic purpose of it. Second,
can you just on my side, so that people, I don't know whether the camera is on this side. So okay, so it's not. It looks like my hand. Okay, people will believe that I've got free hands today. Okay, so it is. This is the cosmetic one.
Cosmetic one,
which is just for the purpose of replacing
the limb.
The limb.
Yes.
The upper limb.
Amputees.
Okay. Good. Please proceed.
Second thing is called as mechanical hand. So it has a function of just a 3-point finger function, which has been attached to the opposite shoulder. So when the shoulder is moved, the small function of picking up a glass, that has been done.
Okay.
Which is
basic function.
Basic function, which is a cable controlled function. Since it is mechanical, when it will have a wear and tear function. Like if cable is cut, if you have more tension to it, so that is a limitation.
And each and every time you have to fix the cable. Or you can just leave it on you.
Leave it on you.
No, for example, can you have a shower using? No, you can't.
You can't.
You can't. You have to remove it.
Remove it. Yes.
Okay. You go to sleep. Maybe it might get damaged. You have to remove it.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So then, what happens? Technology evolved. We have a functional small electrical pulses when the muscle moves. So with that pulses, how can we empower amputees? That is called as myoelectricity.
Can you repeat the term?
It is called as myoelectricity.
Myoelectricity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Myoelectricity is nothing but electrical pulses which has been generated, a micro electron of pulses has been generated from the muscle power. So that has been captured from the sensors. So it's called as myoelectric sensors. So these are the sensors which has been there, which can be fitted in your outer part of your limb.
Okay, just please, is it connected?
Yeah, it's connected.
Okay, as someone not knowing anything, just to share with our viewers, so you can see the small two devices, okay, and here you will see okay, let me move it, okay, good, so it is there, and how do, the mere fact that I'm just moving it, and it will like,
you have to touch. Yeah. Oh. It's two electrode sensors.
Okay.
What is the function of it is big. It's like, you can optimally open whatever functions are required. For example, if you want to catch a pen, you want to open a little bit only.
Yeah.
This degree of opening is required.
Okay.
It's not a full function of it.
So, for example, this is the pen.
Yeah. It'll hold.
Good.
So, if you want to catch a cup, you can hold. You can have to open a degree of flexion to it.
Okay, so it's just a question of getting used how to adjust and move with a proper angle.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I
the
give it back to you.
proper rehabilitation is required after fitting of the patient. So we have to train the patient. What is first? We have to analyze the muscle power of the patient. Is we are able to capture
But sorry, one question. Comparing this one in terms of heaviness, okay, and the other one.
Yeah.
The other one is quite heavy.
Yeah, because it has a motor inside it.
Yeah.
So
are people ready, as Dr. Divla mentioned, to be using this one?
Yes, it's
Can't we have the same device, I mean the same function, but with a lighter material, as Dr. Shanmugam mentioned earlier?
say there are some limitations to it. So the cosmetic doesn't have any function to it. If the patient wants to have a functional motivation, so we have to adapt to that particular weight. So since it is a demo model to analyze.
The patient will have a choice. If they want the cosmetic one, it will be this one.
Yeah.
If they want something which will be of use,
yes,
it should be the other one.
absolutely right.
Okay, I understand.
So when you take a mobile technology, you have a feature phone, you have an Android phone, you have Apple phones. So
okay, very good analogy.
yeah, so you have a feature phone which is a basic purpose of a calling mechanism.
Okay.
So similar to that, it is a this cosmetic hand is like just a cosmetic fitting to it. Then you have a Android phone, basic model phone which have come. So that has a small app devices which has been there. Now we have a technology of Android, evolved Android phones. You have Apple phones which of i7 processor. So those processors are different, right? So the technology evolutions are different. So when you have a good clarity of apps which is coming up, so that technology has to you adapt to that technology.
Yeah, you have to. It evolves.
Yeah, it evolves. Similarly, these technologies have some limitations to it, but if it is really required to that patient, we have to assess the patient and give it.
Okay, one question. Do you have any question regarding this, please?
Yes.
I've got so many questions.
So, what about this is below elbow? What about above elbow?
Above elbow, we have a secondary control systems which has been fitted on the elbow part of it. So, function part of it, if it is a left-handed patient, we have to analyze the patient motive.
Yeah.
If it is a left-handed patient, it doesn't require any. I mean, amputee is left-handed, but the patient is a right-handed, more of a usage of right hand. Left hand has a limited control functions. So whereas if it's a right-hand patient, then we have to analyze the patient. What is the basic requirement he requires? What is the function needs he requires? So if he wants to ride a bike, so we have to give a elbow support systems, which is being controlled by the muscles. Second thing is on above elbow, what is the stump condition is required.
Yes.
So if it is
can this be used for handwriting? Someone holding a pen to write?
Yeah, it can be done on a proper training. Training. So everything is a training. It's just a device. So one thing is on the mental ability of the patient. Second thing, what support systems he gets is very important. So just by fitting him a artificial limb doesn't solve his purpose. So how does he patient cooperate is very important.
So just to summarize so far, just having this being fitted with doesn't solve all your problems. Meaning that it's a question of training, what you need to do, what type of activities. For example, we mentioned the farmer. Maybe a farmer being equipped with that can do his job, provided there's training.
Yes. So our ultimate aim is to do his basic needs. So it should not depend upon any external factors to assist him for his basic needs.
Yeah.
So we have fitted a myoelectric hand for a bilateral amputees, whereas both hand has been industrially there was an industrial accident. Both hand has been cut. So we have fitted the patient with the bilateral myoelectric hand, where he is able to ride a bike, do his basic needs. He is able to fit both the hands without any support.
We've got one case, one of the person of our latest book, I Rise. Okay, so he also bilateral amputee of both hands. So I guess this will be. He had the speech on that day for the launching of I Rise. Yeah. So meaning that it's a question. Do you believe that even this one there will be evolution?
Absolutely right. There are bionic hands which have come up in the market. So that has a five finger function.
Oh, yeah.
This is a 3-finger functioning. There is a 5-finger functioning. There are a lot of development in IIT Madras. There are a lot of people who have come. The research people have been collaborating with us. We have been giving some socket trainings to them. So there are a lot of evolutions in the technology of prosthesis. And also medically there are been hand transplantations happening in
we've not mentioned that at all. It's good to mention that, please.
Yeah, so hand transplantation is a process where you you just check on the ideal patient and then fit with bilateral hand amputees with a live hand. So there are also limitations to it, but there are hand transplant patients are also happening.
I'm going to put the question: do we already have cases of hand transplantation?
No, I will not. Hand transplantation is a new technology. What the surgeons did is a team of doctors. They do hand transplantation.
Still at research stage?
Yes, no, successfully they have done it. Yes, I'm up to my knowledge they have done more than 4 to 5 patients. Even government hospital they have done. Government Stanley Hospital, one patient, bilateral amputee, and there was a donor. So from the donor hand,
should there be a donor?
Yeah, it should be a donor. There should be a donor. From donor hand, they harvested from the donor and they have fitted. 100% is a success. So like that, hand transplantation is the next revolution. So that takes place. Some 3 or 4 hospitals they have done it very successfully. And
Dr. Shanmugam,
yes.
If we can have hand transplantation, why not leg?
That also they have idea, but they didn't try so far. In future, definitely, because in this field, medical revolution is coming like anything. Yeah. Nobody has thought about a hand transplant.
If we have kidney transplantation,
yes,
we have eye transplantation, so
yes, like that. Reimplantation, they have done it. 1982 in Stanley Hospital, they have done reimplantation. That means when the limb is cut, the same limb is reimplanted in the Department of where I was.
Why do they have to cut it and reimplant? Well, I don't know.
No, that is industrial accident.
Okay.
When there is an industrial accident, so there will be a cut in the hand. Means by accidentally it will got into the machines.
Okay. So the same patient, the patient with the same hand,
patient.
it was chopped by accident, and then you can readjust.
You bring the segment.
It's a very tedious operation.
Yes.
It's microvascular. I would
microvascular
say that
surgery.
there's one doctor, Mauritian doctor, last year they did a CME here. He said that he did that.
Yes.
It is a microvascular surgery.
Yes.
So he did that for one patient in South Africa.
Yes. That is reimplantation in government hospital. They do plenty of cases. Plenty of. I was in government Stanley Hospital. Professor Venkateswamy, he is my professor. So we did first reimplantation in Stanley 1982.
Okay.
1982 we did the implantation, and they do every day. They do cases because North Madras is a hub for industries. Lot of industries there, so we get lot of cases every day. Not less than 50 to 100 cases every day we get.
Every day
we get for a hand injury patients.
Wow.
Every day I am telling you, doctor, and my professor Dr. Sridhar, he is supposed to come today along with me. He is a specialist in hand surgeon, but due to small accident he could not travel. So to hope he will come to the next time. And every day
it will be a pleasure to welcome him here together with Kannen, Dr. Divla, myself.
And we have the department called Institute of Research and Rehabilitation of Hand, IRRH. A separate department functioning for the hand rehabilitation. A separate department, which is first of its kind in Asia. You cannot imagine, so much of cases are coming.
Dr. Shanmugam, all this happening in the private sector, private institution?
No, I am telling you, the government hospital, everything is free.
Wow.
I am not talking about any private institution. I am talking about, he is also talking about only government institution. So Alimco is one of the government of India organization. I am talking about state government. state government institute called Government Stanley Hospital, where the department is functioning under the Department of Plastic Surgery. There is one section is the Department of Plastic Surgery, and another one is the Institute of Research and Rehabilitation of the Hand. So from that is a pioneer in hand reconstruction.
Since you're talking about plastic surgery, regarding, for example, a patient who has been burned, okay, let's say for the arm, how successful can plastic surgery be?
Because I am not connected to I am not right person to take up the burns, because burns is a separate department is there. As I said, Institute of Research and Rehabilitation of Hand, like that. In 𝐾𝐿 Medical College is a separate hospital for a burns patient, to treat the burns patients. So I am not right person to talk about the burns. Anyhow, in my section, if the burns patient come with the plastic and the amputees, it is very challenging. Very challenging. They cannot fit for myotic hand also, because we cannot tap the potentials, and the stump will be completely adherent score. So fitting of the process also is very challenging. So for that we give them silicone liners and try to rehabilitate them.
Let's come back to the collaboration. I've got a very good news. Professor Parasuraman is on his way. He's going to come and join us in the studio in a few minutes. Okay, so let's come back to the collaboration between Global Rainbow Foundation and LDAM's Orthotic Center. So what type of collaboration after now? It's your first visit to Mauritius, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
I do hope you're having a nice time here. Huh?
Yes, it's very good.
Okay. So, as you mentioned earlier, before we start, you won't differentiate between local people and people from India. Yeah. Everyone looking the same.
It's home away from home. That's.
Dr. Shanmugam, you feel the same?
Yeah, same feel. Same.
Okay, good, excellent. So, yeah, what type of collaboration, Kannen? This question is for you too.
What we are expecting mainly is for to enhance the quality of prosthesis we are currently providing, but also to adapt footwear for patients with ulcers and different kinds of injuries.
Dr. Divla, how everything will fit in regarding this collaboration? Because I'm sure after this visit, things will be on the improving side.
Yes, that's true. I can see that many people who found the other prosthesis very heavy,
uncomfortable,
and, uncomfortable. So they will get a chance to walk on their own. They will get a chance to do their work what they were used to do, and also maybe with a different footwear, we will be able to cure more non-healing wound, maybe more pressure sores that people get, and also maybe. We will be able to help people with short-cut foot, okay, so that they can get their adapted shoes, diabetic shoes that they need.
Absolutely right. So since we have this sort of experience in the years of time, we have been sourcing a lot of products, new products. We have adopted a lot of products to diabetic patients from the healing stage to the end product of amputees. So on the diabetic footwear, we have been collaborating with a lot of hospitals, doctors. We have got some knowledge. We have done some research on the footwear modifications.
I was going to put that question. Do you have an R&D department?
We don't have a R&D department as such. We have been collaborated with a lot of people who are being engaged in R&D. So people from
collaborators.
Yeah, people from IIT, people from a lot of doctors who have engaged in a lot of patients with an R&D perspective. They since Dad has a vast experience in the field of processes, so we have been collaborating.
Let's remind our viewers the years of experience of Dr. Shanmugam.
I have 50 years, 50.
Only 50.
Yeah.
Okay.
So since he has this vast experience, we started taking patients with different challenging patients we have taken. So we have fitted it, and we have showed this gratitude towards the patient's ability of rehabilitation. So that is the vast experience we have. So those experience we'll definitely work out with GRF. Whatever knowledge we have, we try to pass it on for the people of Mauritius. So I mean, on the early stage, what kind of rehabilitation we are going to provide is very important, to stop the cause of amputations.
And prior to the broadcasting of this live, you have been visiting our Jaipur Food Test Department, is it?
Yes, absolutely right.
So,
absolutely.
any comment?
Yeah, so I mean, these are the technologies which already been there. So as I said, for that
any suggestion also?
For that child, what you are saying, like, so we can evolve with low cost, so that it is most affordable for the patients to not only here when he goes to Seychelles or somewhere any part of the country.
And he's growing now. I think he's around
Absolutely
8
right.
or 9 years old.
So he has to fit that limb for his life. So what kind of rehabilitation we are going to give him, what kind of processes are we going to give him the patient. It is like you have a phone here. So if you have an Apple phone, it is available all across the world. If you want to do any service to that phone, you can go to.
There should be updates.
Yeah, there should be updates. Yeah, absolutely right. So it has to be adopted on every zone of the country which he travels. So that is what it is.
Yeah, Dr. Shanmugam?
Yes,
regarding the collaboration?
Yeah, collaboration. I have gone through the Jaipur Limb Fitting Center. It is excellent. They have all infrastructures. And their technology-wise, 100% is fully satisfied. Their product also is very good.
Okay.
But why we want to collaborate with GRF means we have to upgrade the technology.
Definitely.
Yes, that's what we want to empower. Again, it's empower.
Yeah.
So what exists, we have to empower it. So there are a lot of peoples. They don't mind to pay. But they want modern technology, so we should not regret it. So when the patients are walking to GRF, we should provide them what is available.
And GRF should become the center point for any person who has gone for amputation.
Yes.
For amputation, it should become the center point.
Yes. And my idea is, yesterday also I discussed when I sat in the beach. GRF should be
so you have been enjoying the beach also here?
It is.
Yeah, please proceed. Continue.
GRF should be a rehabilitation tourism center.
Okay, so we just welcome. We are going to welcome Professor Kumaraswami in a few minutes. Dr. Divla, do you have any question before you leave the stage? Because I know you're very big. Doctor, we have to spare Dr. Divla because she's got a lot of patients waiting for her. Exceptionally today, they have been waiting for her. Okay, please.
So I'm very happy that our patient will get the latest technologies, the new prosthesis which will help them. And I look forward for this collaboration. And maybe we will introduce a new service which will be the diabetic footwear, which will be very fruitful, I think, for our patient. So thank you very much.
Dr. Divla, it was a pleasure to have you on stage.
Same here.
Okay, so please, I'm sure your patients are waiting for you. Okay, so we're going to, yes, Dr. Shanmugam?
No, I would like to continue. My motto with the GRF should be, even yesterday we were sat in the beach and we discussed how to help the GRF. Then suddenly he said that Tamil Nadu is the best for medical tourism. Yes, people are coming all over the world. Even European people, they come to Chennai and stay there.
So it should become a medical destination.
Yes, medical destination like that. GRF should be a rehabilitation tourism. That is
You're using very powerful and strong words.
Yeah. People should come now Mauritius not to enjoy. They should come as a rehabilitation tourism. Today they should come and give the measurement, go to the beach, spend 4 hours, and evening if they come, we will do the trial fittings, and again go to some places. Next day we will give the limb fitting. They will go happily with the limb fitting.
A one-stop shop.
Yes, one stop. So my motto is it should be the GRF Mauritius. It should be a rehabilitation tourism we have to develop it. That's what I discussed with him. He said also that is an excellent idea, because they are anyhow they are coming. I have seen that in my hotel. The people.
So Kumar obtaining lots of inspiration with the beach and the sun and everything.
Absolutely right. Say since it is not only a tourism. Mauritius is not only a tourism.
Yes.
I mean, it should not stop with the tourism alone.
Yeah, sure.
So what is why can't it be a rehabilitation tourism?
Yeah.
So any people from European people, European or an African,
excellent.
So they can come
suggestion.
here to Mauritius, do a rehabilitation.
Okay, I'm sure today with the sun and the beach, you're going to have new ideas coming up.
Yes.
So let's welcome Professor Shanmugam Parasuraman on the set of GRF Web TV. Professor Parasuraman, it's a pleasure to welcome you once again. So you have already met our guest earlier. I mean, not today, but during the weekend, and they've been here. They have just only nice words for you. So.
Thank you, Rama. Thank you. And I must say that I was myself on Radio 1 for another program. That's why I couldn't be here. But I was following online the program. And I must say I feel very happy with it, right? Very happy. You are handling it very well. And Mr. Kumaraswami Shanmugam and Mr. Kumaraswami Shanmugam, both of them also made very good presentation, and Kannen and also Dr. Divla. So I'm happy that I could be with you towards the end of the program. I'm very grateful to both Dr. Kumaraswami and Dr. Kumaraswami, father and son, whom I've known Dr. Kumaraswami, for more than 10 years.
10 years,
right?
yes.
We had a number of exchanges, but we could not concretize something together in terms of collaboration. But recently, when I was in India, as you know, I've set up a Global Rainbow Foundation India, and he's one of the privileged partner we have, right? That's for India.
Yeah.
And so one thing he did, for which I'm grateful.
In Chennai, to be more precise.
Yeah, in Tamil Nadu, I would say. Yeah? And in also the states of India. The Global Rainbow Foundation India mission is to serve as many as we can, but we are small, we are just starting.
Yep.
So for the timing, we're working in Chennai, we'll be working in Pondicherry, we're working in Mumbai and in Delhi.
Excellent.
So already we are working with various partners there. But what was very interesting, that a good friend of mine in Chennai sent me a picture of Palaniswamy, who lives in Madurai, and who was, very close to Shivaji Ganeshan.
Okay, the actor.
The actor. And that guy had an amputation, and he was really helpless. They asked me to help, Then I was thinking how to go about. Then I contacted Mr. Shanmugam. I can tell you immediately, he welcomed the person. The person came to Chennai. He made a special limb for him, and it's an above knee amputation, which is more difficult.
We mentioned that above knee and below knee earlier.
And that Palaniswamy was very, very happy when he got the limb together with his technician. We received him at my hotel, and he was full of joy.
Okay.
So you could see how this can happen, and I'm very grateful for that, because through this connection we've been able to help somebody who can now has his mobility and so on. But more than that, for Mauritius, before I come to Mauritius, Mr. Eldam's Orthotic Center in India will be a main partner of Global Rainbow Foundation in what we are going to do there. Yeah. Already we planned 2 medical camps in April, and I'm going to India for that.
Okay.
And together with the
Meaning
main...
you're already telling me that you're leaving me again.
Yeah, sadly so, Rama.
Sadly.
So anyway, we are going to do that, because they have all the skills, expertise, and they're doing it already. And for Mauritius, in fact, Kannen and I even visited them when we were in Chennai, I wanted, because Kannen is more knowledgeable about that, so he went and saw what they did, and we took some spare parts already on the last trip. Right?
Yeah.
And my idea was for them to come to Mauritius, and I'm glad that both of them have come. Right? Both of them have come, and I'm sure the program you've done today has given a lot of perspective of what we can do.
Yeah.
Right? And I heard mention about some research work being done and so on. I'm pleased to add that we are going to work together with LDAMS. We are going to work with IIT Madras, right? I've already invited Professor Sujata Srinivasan, who is the head of design in IIT Madras. You know what is IIT Madras? And they run incubators. Incubator whereby we can do research and produce new gadget, that could be useful.
Earlier we talked about the R&D.
Yes.
I put the question regarding research and development.
So that is something which is agreed upon. I've signed an MOU with IIT Madras, but due to some practicality we couldn't have the mission, but Professor Sujata will be coming soon, right?
And COVID is behind us now.
So that will be a new opportunity where Global Rainbow Foundation Mauritius will be engaged in this exercise of doing some innovation, right? And with the incubator, we'll be able to create. But I would need the support of LDAMS Orthotist also in this field, in this particular field. We might also look at other field.
We might become, like I mentioned earlier, a pioneer in this particular area.
Absolutely.
Huh?
Absolutely.
So I'm sure, we will get to know more about what are the possibilities of collaboration now. Global Rainbow Foundation will have a working session with the delegation, right? And I probably Kannen can say more. If you have said it already, otherwise you want to say something about the collaboration, I'll leave it to you because he's more into the details. You'll be meeting our technical people also, our technicians who are waiting to see you. I've got some patients that I've asked to come and see you also, where they need support,
Sure.
So we will give you a good exposure of what our needs in Mauritius, right? And how can we supplement what we're doing already, right? I must say I'm always grateful to Jaipur Food because we started with Jaipur Food, right? And we've bring in new innovation with Kalyan Prosthetics, now with LDAMS Orthotic Center. We hope
we keep on improving.
Absolutely, absolutely, in the interest of our beneficiaries in Mauritius.
Because this is what we mentioned from the very beginning, because we want to empower the amputees with the latest technology. We discussed a lot, Professor Parasuram, regarding the title itself.
Absolutely.
Before we decided for the title,
absolutely,
we wanted to...
It's important.
Yeah, to have the finest one, so that people will understand why we are having this live broadcast today. Okay.
And this hand prosthesis, I'm sure there's somebody who's keenly waiting to
I've been
try
trying
that.
to...
Have you tried it?
Yeah, you see, I can already...
No, if you have done it already, no need.
Okay.
Okay.
This is what I'm already doing, and even using the pen. Okay.
Yeah, very good, very good. This is
Excellent.
something.
So, gentlemen, back to you. So, we mentioned collaboration. Okay, other than what Professor Shanmugam Parasuram mentioned, and now that you are in the country, you're going to be here for how long?
Till 24th.
So, meaning a few more days.
A few more days, week's time.
Okay, a week. Okay, 1 week, additional week. So, meaning that you'll be in a position now to meet our patients, to meet all our technicians and everything. Do you already have a plan how things are going to proceed? Dr. Shanmugam.
Yeah, we can meet the patients. So we can give the suggestions. We can plan it. So planning is very essential. So we are here up to Friday. So up to that, we are very happy to serve the patients. Any patient they can come, definitely.
They're coming.
We can do it.
Okay. Hey, Kannen, any question?
If I may, I like the idea of telemedicine.
Yeah.
We will use that.
Yes.
Kannen? Whenever we need a case, where we need your guidance, we'll get back to you. And we do telemedicine.
That's good.
We do a lot of telemedicine with doctors from India, from UK, for our patients.
Essential.
Right? That will be something formalized.
Yes.
We'll have it in part of
So
the...
you have been listening to me before when I put that question.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so we've been talking about diabetes. We'll be talking about how we can fit patients who has been doing amputation following diabetes. But one thing which is very important, which you mentioned, Dr. Professor Parasuram, is that caring for people prior to amputation. Right? This aspect, I believe, is very important. And I guess during your visit to Mauritius, you're not going only to look after prosthesis patient, but also
Foot care also.
Foot care. We mentioned that.
Yes.
How we can avoid amputation. Okay. Would you like to elaborate a little bit again about that? Because I feel that this aspect is very important.
No, that's what. Once a patient is diagnosed with diabetes, so the food care is very important. Here I would like to say that both the food should be taken care of as eyes, both the eyes. So how much care we are taking eyes, that should take care of the food. So food food hygiene is very, very important. So they have to clean the food, and they have to see the palm of the food by mirror. Mirror vision is very important.
Oh, we do that also?
Yes.
Okay.
You have to see the palm of the foot by mirror every day, at least once in a day. They have to see if there is any peeling of the skin or redness, color changes. So immediately they have to go to the doctor. They have to take the precautions. So that will develop into blister. Then it will go to ulcer. So that we can avoid it. So for all these things we have to educate the patients. Once we diagnose diabetes, immediately we have to tell them that your food is something like your eyes. Because there will be a diminished sensation. Loss of sensation is there, not total loss, it's a diminished sensation. So that's why the patient may not report immediately. Once ulcer is developed, then only they come for the doctor, they say that it is. One of my doctor, his name is V.P. Narayana Murthy. He's excellent doctor. He proves 100% cure of diabetes foot.
Okay.
He never do any amputations.
Yeah.
So I have connection with the last 20 years. He will say that I will never do any amputations. If at all means they remove toes.
I think in that collaboration, regarding that collaboration, that telemedicine which Professor Parasuraman mentioned earlier, the doctor which you just mentioned, all these people.
May I add, in fact, Mr. Shanmugam had hosted a special dinner, right, to celebrate his your anniversary. No?
Yes.
So and on that occasion I was in Chennai, so I was invited, you know, and he got me to meet so many doctors, all specialists in the field.
All the specialists.
And that's where Dr. Sridhar, whom he mentioned earlier, was invited to come together with him, but because of his he couldn't make it for practical reason, so he's going to come. He's a specialist in plastic surgery, right, especially hand prosthesis. So he's one who is coming. And then Dr. Narayana Murthy, whom just mentioned, whom I met, I visited his diabetic center. He is the president of the All India Diabetic Society, you know, which is a very important. He has given me some books on diabetics treatment. And he has a lot of things he's doing in this field, food technology, food care. So we are going to benefit from his visit and also his support here.
Yeah.
And when he comes here, when the doctors, eminent doctors come, Dr. Divla will organize CME, you know, continuous professional development for doctors here. That also we do that, right? So all these are things that we plan to get. There's also
each and every time.
There's also Dr. Balakrishnan.
Yes.
Also another eminent. All of them have open arms, you know.
We have to establish a calendar for the GRF Web TV broadcast.
No, but some we can do it prior to the coming. We had one with Mr. Shanmugam and his son, you know, last time. Last Monday we had one. And so we are going to have more of that prior and then during the visit here, so that we can get the maximum benefit of the experience. Thank you.
Thank you.
Gentlemen, we are almost reaching the end of today's broadcast. I would just leave each and every one to wrap up with whatever you want to, and your feeling also about today's program. Let's talk with Kumar.
It is, I really thank Armugam Parasuraman sir for this opportunity, number one. Second thing, it is not only, the technology or the support or the experience, it is not only for Indian people. We are trying to establish for Mauritian people also. So by this collaboration, we are trying to, give greater to the society.
Very good, thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Kumar, for being in the set of GRF Web TV. Yes, Dr. Shanmugam?
Again, I am telling you, the early intervention is very, very important. So 100% amputation we can prevent, except road traffic accident. That also we can prevent. People are not following the traffic rules. So early intervention is very, very important. I'm telling my life story that I am a cancer patient. So I have the throat cancer, carcinoma larynx. So since it has been diagnosed early, I had a very good treatment and 100% I'm cured. So I am very proud that cancer is not a disease, a fatal disease. It is a curable disease. I am a living example.
How long the treatment they have?
No, I had diagnosed in the 2017 August. So they did a biopsy study, and August 9th I put into radiation. So I took 34 sittings of radiations.
Okay.
And 5 cycles of chemo. That means 15 sittings of chemo. I have lost everything, including my teeth, all my teeth, due to radiations. What I have is only a denture. Even before coming to Mauritius, I consulted my doctor. Doctor, I am going for a Mauritius. Shall I travel? Oh, yes, you can travel. But since you have a larynx, you have to speak very less. So how much time I can talk? He said, you can talk yes, no, and thanks. These 3
But
words,
you have gone beyond that.
these 3 words you can talk. So I love to travel Mauritius. I want to serve the people here till my last breath. That's what my ambitions. So I am very thankful to Dr.
I hope you have had a nice time in the studio here.
Yes, I am very thankful to Parashuram sir, and I am thankful to my Lord Muruga, who he has given me a second life. So I am continuously doing service to the society. So I'm really thankful. So again, I am telling you that the GRF should be a center for rehabilitation tourism. That's what my motto, and that's all depends upon the God's will and wish. Thank you very much once again for having been given this wonderful opportunity. Okay, thank you very much.
Nandri.
Yes,
Kannen.
I will invite patients to contact GRF because Endam Sriya will be here consulting till Thursday. So I will invite all patients to contact us if in case they need any advanced prosthesis.
I believe that we should on our GRF Facebook page. Okay, on our GRF Facebook page, I think we should launch an invitation, a public invitation for people to maximize the service of.
Yeah, we will do that. We'll do that. We'll get the message across. And Wednesday is a public holiday in Mauritius, Ugadi celebration.
Okay.
But exceptionally, a minimum team will be present with you there. So those who want to come on that day may be more convenient for quite a lot of people.
Yeah.
So we'll welcome them on Wednesday also.
Sure.
Because exceptionally, normally we don't work on public holidays, but because you are here, and it might be more convenient for people to come also, right? So we'll do that.
Okay. So, yes, dear viewers, we have reached the end of today's broadcast. So exceptionally, today it was a purely English session, and I do hope our friends have enjoyed the. Yes, and just before I wrap up, I will leave the last word for Professor Shanmugam.
Merci, Rama. Moi, pour dire 2-3 mots en créole, I'll speak in Creole for the benefit of the wider public. Alors, moi, bien content aujourd'hui, nous GRF Web TV avec Rama comme animateur, nous faisons une émission qui vous considère bien intéressant, avec participation de GRF côté Kannen Ruben, General Manager, et Doctoresse Divla, Autar, qui head nous Medical Division ici, avec participation de monsieur Kumaraswami Shanmugam et Kupusami Shanmugam, qui est un expert dans le domaine de prothèse lipier, prothèse lamée, fabrication de chaussures pour les diabétiques, sandales, savates pour les diabétiques, et différents types de gadgets qu'ils ont produire. Alors, Global Rainbow Foundation, il a une collaboration avec eux. Nous signons un MOU qui permet de nous une collaboration bien étroite. Et Kannen Ruben, il y a des détails qui nous a faire. Et là, à partir d'aujourd'hui, nous prenons rencontre avec une personne qui intéresse à ce service-là. Prenons une réunion de travail d'abord avec l'équipe GRF pour nous déterminer un peu les areas qui nous travaillent. Mais aussi, nous pour donner l'occasion à des gens qui nous avons une passion nous-mêmes, qui nous besoin un petit conseil, nous pour amener eux. Et nous profiter pour demander à la population. Nous connaissons hier un programme, Madame Pédiamouali Bizin, il est content avec sa conseil là. Cet après-midi, on donne rendez-vous à nos enfants qui pour venir pour capable gagner un conseil pratique depuis Eldams. Alors donc exceptionnellement mercredi nous conseil comme nous connaît et Global Rainbow Foundation nous pouvait nous la porte, right? Et quand il équipe restreint avec monsieur Kumaraswami et Kupusami Shanmugam, je pour là pour guider ban patient et donner des bons conseils appropriés. Alors voilà un petit peu ce qu'il nous peut faire jusqu'à vous aller vendredi. Jusqu'à vendredi, je pour là. Alors nous pouvons ouvrir un maximum, right, pour que qui nous a faire pour capable offrir meilleur service davantage à ban Mauritiens qui bizarre. Merci Rama.
Merci professeur Passouramen. Alors comme je n'entendais, cher Internet, nous avons invité là à votre disposition. Alors nous pouvons dire appelle-nous sur le 264-3103. Je rappelle, 264-3103. C'est le numéro de contact. Je t'appelle le Global Rainbow Foundation. Et à partir de là, nous allons mettre un rendez-vous pour vous autres. Et comment le professeur Passouramen Ndiaou, mercredi, malgré que ce soit congé public, malgré que ce soit la fête de Ougadi, en passant, nous souhaitons Ougadi et bonne fête, happy Ougadi à tout le monde qui peut célébrer la fête. Alors nous disons que nous prenons un skeleton team qui, exceptionnellement, pour nous capables de faire le service. Encore une fois, merci. Donc, et si vous passez à table, bon appétit.